Over 50 years ago, my dad began his career on the Bassmasters Tour, and that's where this story begins. 19 tournament wins, 9 Angler of the Years, but the one that eluded him, the Bassmasters Classic. In 2020, I fished a Bassmaster Open Trail with one simple goal: qualify for the elites. It was a hard-fought battle. Many ups, many downs. It came down to the last tournament. It came down to the last cast. Now that I've made the Bassmaster Elite Series, the goals are simple. To win a Bassmaster Elite event and get one of the blue trophies. Fight and claw to win an Angler of the Year title. And the ultimate goal, to win the Bassmasters Classic trophy, a title that had eluded my father for over 50 years. I want to bring that home and finish the legacy. This is unfinished family business.
Ooh, you got flavored creamers. Caramel macchiato.
Good morning. Good morning.
Practice was good today, Scott. You doing good?
Hey, y'all, I was trying to sleep in a little bit. I was trying to sleep in a little bit. That woke me up.
Hard to do that when the bathroom connects to your room, isn't it?
I didn't even wake up on that, dude.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. I didn't get about 2 hours sleep last night.
I know exactly why.
Why?
See the candy pile? It was like twice that size last night.
That's not the reason.
You're like all little kids, man.
So my thing didn't have any regular TV. Stranger Things, I've never seen it before. I was like,
oh yeah.
so I'm like, I thought it was a movie. I thought it was just one movie. So I'm like, I turned it on, and it got really good. The first episode, and I'm like, I thought it was a movie. And then it ended. And it said next episode, and I'm like, oh crap. All right, so I watched that one. So that was 2 hours. Then
You watched 2?
I watched 5 episodes, dude. I started fast forwarding through them though. That's what I started doing.
You can't do that.
I had to because I had to get it. I had to get a couple things out of my system on it.
You're gonna be so lost.
Oh no, it didn't matter. I just needed to find out what the heck that thing was in the woods. Number one, and number two, figure out what the hell happened to little Johnny or whatever his name was. And then when I finally found out he was, stuck in a wall or something.
Have you watched Ozark yet?
No, I won't. I'm not watching it.
No.
Channel.
Scott,
That's SMC.
that sounds
Scott
like
and Friends.
That sounds like a cartoon. It kind of is a cartoon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you McCoy. You do look like a cartoon character from when I was a kid. You know what he looks like?
No, he looks like Bucky, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say Buzz Beamer.
Where's Bucky?
Do you remember Buzz Beamer?
I don't know who he looks like. He's cute though. This is cute. This is good. He's got potential here. No, watch. Smile.
Do I have? Hey, is that money like
I'm
the?
right for beavers.
I love that. This is Bucky's gas station. This is McCoy's favorite. Guys, if y'all want to send, if anyone knows anybody from Bucky's and wants to make McCoy's year, then there you go. There you go.
Sponsor McCoy.
I love Bucky.
Yes, he loves Bucky's.
Is that your
It
pilly?
is the best.
Dog pillow.
Is that your pilly? That you
No, he
sleep
buys.
on?
Did you stop up there at Bucky's and Lee's?
He buys beef jerky.
Dude, there's
Bucky's beef jerky. Bucky's popcorn.
You didn't get Bucky's brisket sandwich?
I got the fucking
Oh,
Bucky's
dude.
brisket. You got
busy, man.
Bucky's pillow. Hey, you ever got Bucky's gas? Special.
I'll do anything the way I've been fishing lately. Tell
Hey,
me what
they
to do,
got
I'll
a
be
brisket
buying.
burrito in the morning.
What?
They got brisket burrito in the morning.
A
It's-
brisket burrito?
Oh yeah, that's unbelievable.
There we go. Look at her already. Oh, she's all ready to go. She's all ready to go. Okay. Well, good morning. We are in Texas. Third stop of the season so far. And we're staying in Beaumont. We're fishing the Sabine River, which is kind of a different deal, right? I mean, not very, look at this crazy thing. Who can tell me what that is right there? Who can tell me what that is? Crazy tidal fishery. There's redfish, there's trout, and of course there's bass. That's what we're targeting. But we got to figure out how to catch them. Like it's not a big weight tournament. You know, we're in Texas. You think when you're in Texas, you think, well, you know, you got to figure out how to catch a big old giant bag of fish, 20 pounds a day. This is not that place. This is like literally figure out how to catch 10 pounds a day. If you can figure out how to catch 10 pounds a day, you're doing something pretty good here. So we've got 3 days to do it. We actually had a little extra day of practice, which was yesterday. We did not film that. We stayed in a hotel the night before off the travel vlog. We got to the house last night, which is a nice place that we're renting right here. Here's the complicated part with this deal. There's like 3 or 4 different bayou systems, right? So there's the Beaumont area, there's the Orange area, there's the Cow Bayou area, there's the Houston area, which is kind of a Hail Mary run. I don't think I'm going to go to Houston, but you never know. I've literally spent hours. And when I say hours, I'm talking like 50 hours, maybe 60 hours. I mean, for the last 2 weeks straight on my iPad at night, looking at satellite imagery, because that's basically what you have to do. There's really not any, it's not like a traditional lake where you look at a map and go, okay, look at that point, look at these contours. You know, my Garmin map does have all the bayous and stuff on it, and it does actually show the depth, which is nice, but majority of it is not deep. I mean, the majority of it's just super shallow. I would say the deepest water is just the main channel, but everything you're fishing is like 2 to 4 foot of water. I literally yesterday was like tasting the water as I drove. I'd like to stick my finger down and taste it just to see if I could taste salinity, because if you could taste the salinity, then it's like, okay, obviously it's salt water. So I have a complex puzzle, like level 10 complex puzzle in front of me. I don't know what these fish are going to be doing. I really don't know. I just need to get out there and figure it out. But listen, I want to say one thing real quick before we get into this video. A huge, I love you, a huge thank you so much, because I've given you guys a little bit of a like challenge. You guys have destroyed it. You guys have been smashing the like button. I said, hey, that's perfect, 5,000 likes. You did it. I said 6,000 likes. Bam, you did it. 7,000 likes on the last video. You did it. So I don't know what to do other than just say thank you so much, okay? Liking the video, dropping comments, and of course sharing the video does so much to our channel in a positive way. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for liking the videos and enjoying this content. So that being said, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
Keep looking for a weakness. I don't think they're gonna get what they came here to find. And if they don't believe ya, you'll keep on making moves right in front of their eyes. Been there, done that, never look back, go get it. Yeah. You climb the mountain high.
Practice is officially underway, guys. So this tournament again is such a non-traditional type event. Ooh, you've got bayous and swamps. Holy crap, dude. Okay, all right, let's try that again. I'm gonna end up tearing the dang boat up before we even start. My point exactly, really. I don't know how many square miles this particular thing encompasses, but it's a lot. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 major systems. Today we're gonna pick one of them apart, and then tomorrow we'll move to another one, and then kind of evaluate on day 3 really kind of where I think my best chances are. Like I said, I did get to go out yesterday and practice a little bit, and I did catch a limit of fish. Very small, but you know, from what I hear, you know, 10 pounds a day is gonna do real well. 12 pounds a day will probably win the tournament. I think to make the cut, salvage some points, you need probably 8 pounds a day. This place will spread some people out, but as good as these guys are now, especially with all the satellite imagery that we have, the good Garmin maps. I mean, my Garmin map shows me all these bayous. It shows me the depth. Not in all of them, but in a lot of them. So I can make really good decisions as far as where I need to fish. So you know, I need to formulate a game plan over the next 3 days that puts me probably in one bayou or one area for the first 2 days is kind of my goal. Is like, let's make the cut, right? Let's make the top 50 cut. And then hopefully I'll find something in the course of the next 3 days that I can use or save for a day 3. You know, like maybe it's a spot that I find over here way up the river. Like, you know, I don't feel like anybody's on it. And I can run over there on day 3 and maybe catch them. Because I don't think in one of these small bayous that you can stretch 4 days, especially if there's a boat or two. Oh yeah, we're on fire now. Yes, we are. Look at that little guy. That little guy right there. How about that? Well, you know, you usually see me shake off a lot of fish in practice because typically you can kind of tell how big fish are. But here, because literally a 12-incher is a good thing, it's hard to tell. I mean, I think I could tell on that one because that one's really small. But how do you tell between a 10-incher and a 12.5-incher? So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the hook, not a lot, but enough till I start getting some keepers, you know what I'm saying? I like this deal because this is the main creek instead of being on a bayou. Uh-oh, we done found them, boys. Dude, that's a tank right there. That right there is a good fish for the Sabine. Look at that. Okay, so look, here's why this is exciting. First, let this fish go. Let me take a nice little picture of it for some Instagram. All right, that's a good one right there. Like legit good one. Now here's why that fish is important. This is like a river, I guess, a creek, big river. I really don't even know where I am, literally. But we're not in some little backwater. It's unlimited. I don't know what else to say. Let's just shake off some more now. And then we do have to move the shaking off now. Oh, there's a bite. Dude, I'm liking this because A, you've got potential. Anytime you're on a main river, like a main body of water, you're gonna have bigger fish. 7 days out of the week, there's just a, look, they live here. Like, this is where they live. They move up in the shallows to spawn and go back in the bayous to spawn. But if this water will stay like it looks now, I keep getting bites like I'm getting, even though that was a small one. I'm just telling you that it might be one of those deals where you catch, for every 5th small one, boom, is a 2-pounder or 2.5. I hadn't done much punching, guys, but this could get good if I find enough mats. This rod that I'm fishing with is a rod that I helped design at Favorite. This is a 7-foot 7 extra heavy, and I like it for a lot of things. Not my super heavy punching, but light stuff, 3/4 ounce up to about 3/4 ounce, maybe a 1. Really good jig rod. It's light, it's balanced well. I use it for a lot of things, so it's a really good rod. Very durable, most important, right? Making sure the rods don't blow up. I don't really know if I've ever broken a rod where I thought to myself, the rod just broke because it's not good. Like, I've broken rods, we all have, but most of the time it's related to something like a high stick to fish in. It breaks right when I go to cast after I've, you know, fished with the rod for 2 months straight. That means that someone stepped on it, or I jammed it somewhere and put a crack in the graphite. It's not the rod's fault. Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, that's a bad one. I don't know if I can get this one. Oh. I did it. Well, guys, I don't know. I just don't know. It's not Fast and Furious, that's for sure. So I don't know. Be nice to get several more bites. Oh, there's one. There's one. That's a good bite. That's a good fish, dude. That was a good fish. That was a good fish. Wasn't 10 inches. Was not. Well, all right, so what have I found so far? You know, my thinking is a little scattered right now because I just don't really know. Today I want to practice, really. Even though I got a little time yesterday, today's what counts. So, look, obviously if the tournament started tomorrow, I'd go back to where I started this morning. I think I can catch some decent fish there. You know, it's can I win the tournament there? I just don't think it's that special. But you never know. The thing is, it's like, you know, I could go to some other little bayous where you get a lot more bites. The problem is there's going to be a lot more boats, and a lot more bite spots a lot of times have just barely keepers and mostly non-keepers. So it's going to take some figuring out in the next 2 days. I wish I could develop a bite with some moving bait, whether it's the chatterbait or the crankbait. I really have not had any bites at all. Really hard to believe that I'm not getting bit on the chatterbait, to be honest with you. I'm curious. He's a keeper. How about that? See you, dude. This water looks so much better. I mean, I don't know. It just looks inviting. Looks refreshing. All right, well, that's a wrap, guys. Day one of the books. You know, hey, we got bit. Like I said, the tournament starts tomorrow. I know where I'm going to go. But we've got 2 more days to evaluate. I need to find something special. You know, I just need to get on my map tonight, find some more stuff, make a good decision for tomorrow, where we're going to fish, what we're going to do, and check the weather. Need to make sure everything's going to be normal with that. But I do like it up here because the water level never really fell. Kind of stayed the same level the entire day. We're so far above the tide that it didn't really fall. Yesterday there was about a 2.5 foot swing, and it can be good, right? It can to your advantage, but it also can have some dead times of the day where the tide's at the wrong level for that particular spot. So if you don't get the timing just right, you can really mess your day up with those tides. So that being said, it's a good day one.
No, it was like 3.
She said it's a foot.
How was that?
That's the most workout I've done in like a month.
That was Skeeter boat workout. That could be a
That could be a thing. We, you know, like, hey, I used to push cars, put them in neutral and push them to the next block. And we could do another one where we do that and then we run over and we crank the boat real fast. Kind of like Rocky. Sorta.
I haven't figured out what I want to do yet. But I'm gonna.
Matt jacked him up today.
I caught me about 8 pounds today. And if you give me that 2 days in a row, I'll stay right here.
Yeah. Corn. We've got the Traeger working. That's the Traeger tailgate, by the way, guys. So if y'all are looking, Traeger makes a lot of different grills, but that little tailgate for carrying it on the road like we do, it's been awesome. I mean, that thing, I think we've had it now for 3 years. It's never had a problem with it at all. Like, it's been spot on.
Roll on with your bad self, Jay.
So you won the house deal today. You got 11 keepers?
Yeah.
What you mean, damn, dude?
No good ones, but had 11 keepers.
How many more since I talked to you? You must have 3 or 4 more.
What's the biggest one you caught today?
Oh, 2 pounder this morning.
You get 2 pounds of peppers?
Yeah.
Them are good ones.
3 of them this evening.
Them are good ones.
Yeah. I mean, decent.
Them are good ones. I said, you catch any good ones? You said, nope. Not half of
Well, they ain't good ones, I mean. I say pound and a half, I mean 14 and a half, 15 inches, something like that.
All right, Dad.
All right, so that was good. That was good, Jake. You did well, my friend. You did well. All that was good. So, guys, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna spend probably the next 30 minutes looking at my satellite imagery because we're gonna pull a little curveball tomorrow. I'm gonna make a little bit of a gamble run. Day 2 of practice. We're gonna go see if we can't find something special to win the tournament. And if we don't find it, then we've got another day of practice to kind of put together some more limit fish like we've got right now. So that is the deal, guys. Again, kind of a successful day. So appreciate you. We'll see you in the morning. I've spent 100 hours on my iPad in the last month. Like I fall asleep every night looking at this stuff like this. Looking, zooming in.
I have spent a lot of time on like 4 or 5 different apps.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that like somebody's gonna win the tournament because of doing this right here. Not because like, oh, the pattern is, you know, like at Fork or any other lake we go to, it's like, all right, man, there's a shed spawn going on in the morning. And,
About that specific area.
yeah, it's a spot. It's not a pattern. It's just win it. And I mean, there is a little bit of a pattern. If you can, like, you can win it maybe in Cow Bayou or one of those deals behind people doing something different. The easiest way to win this tournament is to find something special. I'm gonna do a little Hail Mary pass today. Make a little run up the
Sabine.
way up the Sabine and see what happens. And if I don't catch them by noon, I'll pull out and come somewhere else. That's all you can do. Day 2 is here. It's upon us. Oh yeah, there's enough water in here. Oh man,
what you call getting it out of your system. I eliminate water. That's my way I kind of do things sometimes. I just eliminate possibilities. I'm just not smart enough to say, okay, that's not a good idea. No, I'm actually kidding. This is actually a really good idea. Because this is how you win. You find one of these oxbows that's got 7 or 8 bites in it. And they weigh 12, 13, 14 pounds. And you win the tournament. So my theory is this, guys, and I don't know if it's true or not, but this is a cypress swamp that goes like 10 miles back in the swamp. And with the water being this down, the population of fish that live in here are going to be confined to what you see. I mean, they have to be. And they have to eat. I mean, I'd much rather fish it at this level than where that water line is, because the fish are going to be like literally up in those woods and you wouldn't be able to get to them at all. So made a little run. That river deal up there was just not having it. So now we are down around Orange. See what we can find here. Really windy. Really windy. There we go. There we go. It's a beautiful bass. Look at that thing. That's big. All right, I'm a little oxbow, guys. And what you want to do is pay attention to the tide, right? The water's getting up. So you can see the water is all up in this cane grass. And those fish will pull up and feed when the tide's up like that. When the tide drops out on a place like this, it's hard to predict where those fish go. They just literally lay out there and don't feed. It's like the time that they go, okay, time to relax, take a little nap. So I'm just going to parallel this grass line here with this crankbait. See if we can't find a few fish right in here. All right, so look, I don't like posting videos holding fish up in practice, but we're here at the Sabine. You gotta catch special fish to win this thing. Check this out, guys. Check it out. Check it out. What? 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 Oh my gosh. I have another one? Oh wow, look at this one, guys. Wow. That's a big one. Look at that blue crankbait, finally. That's actually a good fish. That's actually a really good fish. Wow. Nice. Redfish? Oh, redfish. That's cool. That's cool. Look at that, guys. My first redfish. That might be my first Texas redfish, too. That's awesome. Look at that. Very nice. All right, dude. Cool. Hey. Hi. Yeah. thing like it bit you, didn't it? You're like,
So
ah!
I had the line and I was pulling it off, and the hook was upside down. And it's still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And when I was hitting the line and I went to pull it, it just ripped through my damn lip.
Here's some tape. It's an antiseptic pad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's jagged like it just tore through it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the day's getting close to being over. You know, it's kind of interesting. It's actually been a good day, and here's why. Look, it would have been nice to catch them up that river, but the worst thing to do would be go up there and get 1 or 2 bites and then be confused. Should I go back? All that. I didn't get any bites. I'm not going back. Somebody's not able to catch them out there, but it's not going to be me, and that's okay. You know, I came back over here closer to launch, and I wanted to find an area closer to launch that I could either hit, you know, for the tournament or on the way in. Right? I could come up here on the way in. I got to drive right by here if I run to my other spot. And if I need, you know, cull a fish or need a fish or whatever the deal may be. And I found that. I found that one creek. Those were good fish. I mean, those are like the best graded fish so far, like of the whole practice. So it's been productive. A little shallow here. And so my theory is this, and again, I don't know if I'm right, but look, a fish doesn't want to expel too much energy, right? He wants to be as efficient as possible. So it's high tide right now, and right here on this bank at high tide, it's super shallow, like that mud right there. Okay, like literally the boat's on bottom. Okay. Number one, on high tide, if it's that shallow on high tide, that means most of the day it's unusable for any fish. Like a low tide, it'd be ground. So these fish are not going to use this bank, because why would they just sit out here 3/4 of the day to only move up there for a minute? So you need to find banks like this that have 3 or 4 feet of water on them. Now, what I've noticed is some of these banks, like right there, it was shallow. You'll go down this bank for a minute and all of a sudden it'll deepen up just a little bit. Like right now, it's deep. It's actually deep now. You want to find a bank that on low tide still has just a little bit of water that these fish can still chill on. Then they just go from here to there, here to there. That's all they do. Didn't catch a crap this morning. Eliminated that and then did pretty good this afternoon.
Caught fish? Did you see Matt caught a redfish? Big one.
I'm gonna try to set this camera up.
I got back in there.
Back in. I've walked it.
I walked to this deep all the way back in there in the muck.
Muddy. See my footprints.
Oh my gosh.
There's bait fish by the thousands going in
See,
there.
I never saw bait up this Sabine.
That's the glory hole.
Big lake back in there.
You can't get to it.
Because of those trees?
Yeah. Well, I'm stuck on another log this big
Another
around.
bass in here. It's pretty. There's been tons and tons.
The
of
only
bait
place
fish.
I've been in that said had bait fish
Just all
everywhere. Like
around
minnows by the
lakes come in here and
thousands
you don't
going in
see
there.
that. But
I'm used to it, but I figured it would be something weird. Going into the silverware. And I guess white rice.
I got a cum pile too. Because I'm feeling like a pile, like a cum pile.
Does that have,
Is
the rice underneath it? No.
In this container. Here.
I got white rice. I got white rice.
I did. I can't eat it, dude. It's like killing me.
The guy warned us. He was like, you do.
They put that Bucky sauce in there too.
They probably
Did y'all put Buc-ee's in there?
You called us, and he was like, we better check to see if there's more
Bucky's
mustard.
in there a while ago.
I got to dilute it. I wasn't going to eat all that, but I got to dilute it.
Did you put Buc-ee's in there? No, you didn't.
You put Buc-ee's in there, didn't you? Dude, I can't even breathe. I mean, like, my eyes are watering. Wow.
He warned us. Yeah, we didn't warn
You
you.
got
but
peanuts?
He warned us.
He gave you all these warnings, and all I did was want some spicy mustard, which normally comes in a little pack. And it's like,
He likes hot stuff.
I got one.
It don't bother him.
It don't. I got one. I'm eating it. I mean, I wouldn't dump
He was
like
responsible and used one.
5
I
ounces
love how
of
the guy gives the guy at the restaurant gives him a verbal warning. Do they tell me anything? No.
You're tough. I mean, you're the one that dumped it. Yeah.
I mean,
You look. That's like my daughter with ranch, dude. Like the lid fell off when she went to dump it on there. That's how much you have on your chicken right now.
yeah, that is hot. It's not hot. It's just like vapor. Vapor. What are you talking about? Pants on their slick.
You scared me.
It's like 70-something degrees. Is everybody asleep?
Yeah, I sleep.
Yeah, Brandon left?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, he's standing right there.
Hold on, let me give you some
Motor off yesterday.
Who did?
Zaldane
He did what?
knocked his lower unit off. They said he was wondering where he hit at. I didn't know.
Oh, I saw that. It was on Instagram. Well, you about knocked yours off. I hit 5 logs yesterday. Yeah, that was a waste of time. You know what's crazy though is that's how you win though. To be honest with you, you go up and find some secret stuff like that. I just didn't find it. Canterbury found some secret stuff, but he was in a different little spot. What do they say Texas is? Everything's bigger in Texas, except the fish and
Unless you're at the Sabine River, correct.
except the fish in Beaumont. I literally woke up probably at 5 o'clock this morning, laying there, just contemplating game plan, right? It is a little windy. I can see stuff moving around outside. So that, that's part of the decision, I guess, a little bit. I've got 2 bayous that I'm catching them in. And I don't know which one's better. I'm gonna have to figure out the best decision. So I think what I'm gonna do this morning, and this may change between now and the time I jump in the truck, but I'm gonna go back to what I found a couple days ago and try to expand on that a little bit. See if I can't find a few more little areas up there that might be good. Try the crankbait that I did yesterday, and then midday, pull out of there and go back down to where I caught him yesterday afternoon and see if we can't duplicate that. That's basically the plan for today. Man, it is really windy, guys. Look at this. Yeah. Wind is a factor for this reason. This river system is tide. It's influenced by the tide. If the wind is out of the south, okay, it's pushing in from the ocean, it holds the tide in. If it blows from the north, it'll push the tide out. So like yesterday, I kind of noticed the water it kind of held the tide in. Like the water never really dropped out much. Now, what could happen during the tournament? If the wind blows hard out of the north, it's going to drop the water and hold the water out. So it's going to have a lower tide. The tide's not going to come in as strong. It can really dictate your bites. The one thing I do like about where I'm going today, it's not tide driven up there. So no matter what the deal is, the tide's going to be the water level's going to be about where they are. So anyways, that's the plan. I think I talked through it. So I appreciate y'all letting me ramble on. Sometimes that's the tip, right? You basically have to talk your way through it. Day 3 of practice starting right now.
Oh my God! Why would you do that? God. That's like not even funny.
You look like an alien, dude. Look at him right there. That's cool looking. Time to get to work, guys. I don't know about this up here. I mean, obviously, it was the first decent fish that I caught. Little stretch up here. I think I can catch 5. I don't think there's a lot of fish here, but I'm hoping the grade is good. I don't see any boats yet. If I had this to myself, totally to myself, and what I think's here is here, then you can do pretty well up here. Because this main river, these fish live in this main river. And there's a large population of fish that live in this main river. Those bayous are so silted in that I think those fish
don't live in there full time. I think it's like an opportunity thing, right? They go in there to spawn, they go in there to feed on whatever, but the majority of the better fish, I think, are gonna live on this main channel. The bottom's hard, you got good depth, you've got bait, you've got cover. I mean, what else you need, right? So I haven't had any bites. Now I mean, I'm going down some stuff that I would expect to get bit on. So, you know, what I need to do is oh, there's gar. Glad I didn't think that was a bite. You know, I don't see any boats up here. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people on this. So what I have to do here in a little bit is make a decision. Do I come in here on day one? Or do I save this for I need a 10-pound bag and I'm out of fish everywhere else because it's all been beat up, right? Some of those bayous over there where we caught them yesterday, you know, after day one, they're gonna have a lot less fish. And after day two, even a lot more than that. So is this a day 3 stretch where I say to myself, I feel like these fish haven't been beat up and I can come in here and catch 10 pounds? Because if I do it the opposite way and milk all this for 10 pounds and then want to go to the popular area, day 3s and 4, 2 things. One is there's people everywhere and they're all like, oh, I'm fishing here. Kind of like what happened to me on day 3 at Pickwick. And number 2, it's just a lot less fish, right? Those are just things I have to think about, right? Game plan. Try this little bank right here. There's one. That's a good one. Look at that, guys. Yes. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Finally. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me just see how this feels. Because there's so much bait. So much depth right here. Oh my gosh. What the heck was that? Couldn't have been a bass. That'd be like a carp or something. It's hard bottom, man. They should spawn on this stuff pretty good. He's all over it, dude. Bite. It's a second bite. I don't know if that was a good fish or not. I mean, wanting a 10-incher, so I don't know. Ooh. Big gator there, dude. Big gator there, dude. They hunt them down here in Florida. That's where those little poles are. I don't know if you've seen it. I hadn't said much about it as a trolling motor bound, but if you saw while you're watching this video, like a little bamboo stick sticking out of the water at an angle, with a little rope on it. That's the, that is a big gator, man. Look at that thing out there. That is a gator thing. They put a piece of chicken or a rotten something on there, and the gator comes up and bites the hook and really can't move. Like, he just kind of stays there. He can't get loose of that pole. That bamboo just flexes back and forth. And then the guys come up, grab, oh, you've seen it on TV. They come up, grab the rope, pull the rope up, shoot him in the head. Shoot him! Shoot him, Elizabeth! Shoot him! That's what they do. Probably not a keeper. A little careful now. Probably not a keeper. Dude, I think I got to get out of here, guys. I don't think I can do this. I don't know if there's 2 days of fishing here or not. It might be a day 3 deal, you know? I don't think anybody's gonna hit it much. That's a good bite right there. That was a good bite. Okay, that felt like a decent fish. I mean, I don't know. He just sat there with it. He chewed it right when it went through the mat. So that's 4 bites in here. 3 of them I think are keep. Well, 2 for sure because I've seen them. That one, I mean, it's had to be a keeper. I mean, I hope it is. But again, how do I do this? There's no way to do this 4 days in a row. Just not enough bites in here. Can I catch 10 fish in here in 2 days? Probably. Can I catch 20? I don't feel like I can. And there's nobody around. So I know I keep talking about this, but this is how I practice, guys. I have to think about things, then play the devil's advocate, right? Like visualize day of the tournament. Like visualize options, visualize pressure, make the cut, you know, hopefully be up in the top 5 or 6, but if not, anywhere in the top 50, you can kind of exhale a little bit, right? You can come up here, you can put your blinders on. That's when you get deadly on a spot like this, because it's like pressure can get you up here because there's just, the bites are so few and far between. All right, guys, well, I think practice is officially over. 4 days was like Twilight Zone. And you know, a lot of people probably think, oh, you know, more practice the better, right? You start, things start to not make sense after a certain amount of time. So too much practice will hurt you, for sure. But that being said, I really don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I think the tide's going to be high, so I think I need to throw that crankbait in the morning and just try to see what happens. And then if I have to run up there and go flip in the afternoon, I will. That's kind of the plan, really, at this point. That's all I can do, you know. The numbers are the numbers, and if I can figure out a way to catch, average about 11 or 12 pounds a day, I'm definitely going to have a shot to win this thing. I haven't seen it yet, but you never know. What'd y'all do today?
Edited. We edited all day. We sat in chairs and edited. Ate some canes. As always.
Canes is good, huh?
Oh yeah, that's really good. What else did we do today?
What are we gonna do for dinner? All right, well, I don't know what we're gonna do for dinner. Papa Do's is good. What you got here? Oh, whoa, careful now. Whoa, is it careful now? Yeah, that's the only one you can have. My lemon fish. I just don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
On the trolling motor, and I just pulled my phone out, and I guess that rubber and my key fob, little square key fob, was stuck to it, dude. It hit right there and bounced right in the lake. Only truck key I got. I'm still soaking wet. So I power poled down, took my shirt off, shoes off, dude. I just dove in out there. Then I got to feeling how deep it was. It was about this deep, so I just walked back and forth like this till I hit something. I'd go down and get it with my hands, and it'd be like a big hickory nut or something. I don't know what kind of nuts they are, a big nut, and I'd throw it out in the middle for like 15 minutes, dude. And then I felt something, went down, and it was my key. Got lucky. Got very lucky. I mean, it's a miracle.
I think the tide will stay high on day 2, real high all day.
I think it's gonna stay high all week.
Well, not tomorrow. It's gonna be 5 to 10. It's gonna drop out tomorrow.
So I've been biting line all my life, and I was tying on a crankbait, and there was a little bit of excess line on it. We've all bitten baits off or cut them off and left some excess line still on the split ring. And when I went to grab it, like I grabbed the knot with my teeth, and when I went to rip it, one of the hooks on the crankbait was upside down and stuck on the lip, and I didn't know it. So when that happened, the hook, it didn't go in and through, it just almost like, instead of like this, it went like this and then just ripped completely out because it was so fast. It was like a big hornet, like a one of those killer bees.
Dude, all I heard is oh! Oh!
And then blood was just like it doesn't look like much, but it was like, Scott saw how much it was bleeding. Like, it was crazy.
So I've got all my rods rigged. You know, I didn't think I was gonna really rig a lot of things, but I did rig up 3 punching baits or 3 flipping baits. Same bait, basically, different weights. This is again, it's one of those, it's gonna boil down to like crazy decisions, right? On where to go and how long to stay and what weight. Like, here's the dilemma. You catch 10 pounds tomorrow, do you quit? Do you just go fish new water? I would think. I don't think you keep going over where you're catching them, because I think you'll burn your fish up. So day 1 starts tomorrow, and we've done everything we could do, guys. It's been a neat little video. Hopefully you enjoyed the process, right? I mean, it was definitely different, you know, but this was fun. Believe it or not, this was fun. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for all the likes and the comments and the shares on these videos. And you guys are what makes this whole channel go around. So we're gonna get up in the morning. We're gonna start the first day of the tournament tomorrow. It's gonna be a whole nother video. We're gonna have Canterbury, Matt, myself, all of us. You're gonna see how we perform. So be ready to watch this video coming up real soon. So guys, that's it. Hitting the sack. Appreciate the support. Bam!